Yeah,
one more time.
That went right down the wrong hole.
2, 1.
Puffers, drinkers, and talkers, welcome to another great episode of the Puff Drink Talk podcast. I almost died, but I'm still here. Konrad.
Dylan.
Hilton.
Paul.
And George.
Woo! That was an experience.
It's a rough start.
Jesus.
Yeah, what a thing.
I mean, just since Donnie was here before we started, shout out to him. He was the one who actually, told me to go to Babalu. He went there with me. We spent like 3 hours today.
On the Bubbalicious cigar?
Yeah, exactly.
No,
shout out to him.
Let me put it over here.
Here you are.
Got our
We're
Bubbalicious.
smoking that.
I just gave it a new name. Bubbalicious.
Bubbalicious.
That's where we bought our
There we go.
Your camera is this one, George.
Oh, good. I have a camera only for
Get your own
Someone else
camera.
for you.
That's fine. Okay, so that's it. So that's what I have to say.
Well, I have to say, these are actually really good cigars. I'm enjoying mine, so thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Sure.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Just a treat from friends,
I appreciate for the sponsorship.
Yeah.
Really.
Today's podcast is sponsored by George.
And Ballerini floors.
And Blurry.
Oh yeah, because I have the shirt. Dylan's shirt is in there. Hold on,
Stones
put
and
it in there.
Scapes.
Stones and Skates.
Oh yeah, we got the Stones and Scapes in here.
Yes.
And my company doesn't care two shits about me, so...
Well, JC's College Idiomas, which is my company, are here to just, enjoy
the fun.
Yes.
Pretty soon here we might start making some ashtrays for some Marines if we ever get their information. We'll start sending them.
Yeah.
Hey, you just tell me when, and I'm going to make the post. Well, I first have to find... I got to do some digging. Let me get some digging, and I'll drum up some business.
Drill, baby.
I'm not joking.
It's on you. It's on you.
Are we wanting some Marines for ashtrays or just military in general?
Well, I mean, so I'm part of a Facebook group with my old unit, but it spans over the past 20 years. So you're talking old vet Marines that have been,
Okay.
and then up to when I was in, and even the new people that have been coming in and out. So I know this group is a little leery because someone on the group said, like, I can get you custom shirts. He took all these orders and then took the money and disappeared.
Uh-oh.
So I think they're kind of like, a little hesitant about certain things, but
You can send a link to the podcast so they know where we are.
and that's what I was thinking. Send the link to the podcast if they want to watch, and then we can, show that our ashtrays
You can
are
put in like a
legit.
picture of
Build
yours.
trust before.
And you know what?
Build trust before.
And you know what I was thinking too? We need to also put up a link to the
Grab that one.
merch for the Puff Drink Talk. If any viewers out there want to support and buy
That's right.
buy an ashtray,
This
Puff
is
Drink
art.
Talk, we can
Oh,
custom make
You
one.
can custom make it.
Yeah,
I love
Anybody.
it. I love your idea.
Your
yeah.
name, your family name, your
Wow.
business name.
This was for a guy named Dan. His company is built for the trade, so we made him
Wow.
right there. Business coach for people in trades. Shout out Dan Dowdy.
And I'm sure all y'all have heard, but I'm relatively still new to this group, and they made me one for a gift here a few weeks back, and it's sitting in my office and used.
Yeah.
So
I'm glad you
very
used
nice.
it. Some people get it and don't not use
Oh,
it.
it's,
Like, why?
it's used. So thank you very much.
It's an ashtray.
So
Yeah.
I'm thinking Hilton, maybe we need to get a page posted and just have custom
merch shop.
Build
merch shop.
confidence, right? Build the confidence, Build the...
If they want to share, if
Trust.
it's a custom made,
I'm proud of you.
ashtray that they want, maybe
Sure.
even some Ballerini cigars. Just throwing it out there of legal
Well,
age.
one thing we can do with it too, and I'm putting together this B&I golf tournament, and we're going to have items for silent auction. So maybe we could do a couple ashtray, cigar, gift basket, something or other, and do a generic, make one for the Cowboys or the Seahawks or whoever your football
Yeah.
team is.
Right.
And do an ashtray like that, and maybe even it's a Texas. It's up in Georgetown, so maybe do a Cowboys one and a Houston Texans one, Astros, Rangers,
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Throw some cigars in it and do that as
Building
promotional.
trust is very important. in
See
this
where we
case,
go
with this group, don't you think?
Building trust is very important. It's also about going out there on a limb. I think as small business owners, I think that's the biggest thing is building that trust and just going like, hey, this is a service that I can provide.
Correct. Correct.
So
But I just had this conversation 2 days ago with a friend of mine that owns a very close company like mine. You know, I do landscape construction. He does landscape construction and pools. We just had a conversation about, you know, yeah, we do advertising and we do different trade days and things like that. But I would say 50% of the work that we do is built on trust of the clients that we have. And then sticking their neck out for us with their neighbors, their family, their friends, and having us go do a job for them. And then it just builds from that.
Right.
And it all starts with trust. So even in a little group like this, man, just trusting these guys.
Yeah.
Like I just said, I've only been in this group for about a month. But man, every guy in here I could trust right now. If I have some need or something, I could call one of them and they're going to help me out.
Right
and
there.
if they can't, they're going to find a way to help me out.
Yep.
So, no doubt.
Absolutely.
Well, the industry that George works is fully based on trust.
And it's only, I mean,
There's nothing
parents,
else.
Yeah.
you know, trust that I take care of their kids, you know, so.
And that's a huge
Yeah,
trust.
that's a big trust.
Huge trust.
Yep.
Especially those, you know, rich families, man, out there, they are very protective, you know, and I appreciate the parents. I appreciate it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's good. But George was bringing up. Sorry, I'm leaning. I'm leaning far.
You okay? Be comfortable.
I am. I'm very comfortable. But George was bringing up a particular photo that he shared in the group about how Miami and Dubai are on the same parallel or on the same parallel line.
Yes.
So I was explaining to George that the Earth is flat.
Oh,
So
got
that
it.
is why Miami and Dubai
Don't get started
are
with
on the
this.
same wavelength, just on the opposite sides of the flat piece of paper of Earth. That is. So, I mean, have you ever dug a hole and gotten to the other side? I don't think so, because you're going to fall right through.
I tried it once. Yeah.
It's a deep hole, isn't it?
I just saw some Chinese, you know, characters, and then I stopped it.
You got frayed?
I stopped it.
Yeah.
Like, okay, from here it's probably China.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness, man! I don't even start with that.
Just keep in your mind all the time it's flat and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
And I
Surrounded
don't
by
think
ice
about it.
walls.
I swear, I make an effort every time I listen to this. I make an. If I am in the environment, I really make an effort. I usually go to the restroom. I vanish because you get to a point of say, "Oh, okay, really? Let's talk. Let's talk about this." And then, man, I don't know. I will be punched or something like this. They'll never punch. You know, I never punch.
The CIA is withholding all of the information.
Oh,
The
yes.
aliens built this piece of paper plane that we live on, put up ice walls so we can never escape. We're all just one giant petri dish of experiments.
So can I infer from that
We're
they
in
never
America.
went to the moon?
That's
That's a stretch.
yeah. That's, wow, you're crazy for saying that.
That's a big
Yeah, there's your tinfoil hat.
So that's my inference, right? So again,
Bring the team four hats out.
Yeah.
hats
know
off.
about
Everybody want another
Heads up!
Paul did not know about it.
I'm aware of the tinfoil hat.
You,
I don't think you have a tinfoil big enough for my head.
Yeah.
Hey, this one just
Do
for
we,
you.
do we have this one just for me? Oh wait, which way do I need? Oh, I won't even wear it sideways.
It's like a pirate hat. There you go.
Wait, maybe.
Just like a
just-
person.
There you go.
Just the people,
There you go.
just to let you know that I'm not paid for doing that shit. Right?
Neither
I
is
just
the
do it
CIA.
because I love it.
Brad, that's gotta be a new profile picture.
My goodness.
Here we go.
Yeah. Napoleon or something.
What's your biggest conspiracy?
Yeah.
Got the hats out. We
Yeah.
need to make a couple
Well,
more.
I'm gonna have to puff and drink on this conspiracy for a minute.
Yeah. No, it's a big one. It's a
Jet
big
fuel
one.
does not melt steel beams.
Jesus Christ.
Anyone else have another one to throw out there?
But Elon Musk,
Jet fuel does
isn't
not
Elon
melt
Musk trying to get
steel
to Mars?
That's a tough one.
Like Mars was the first actual planet, and then we've destroyed that and came to Earth. So that's my conspiracy.
And I believe that my Pine Derby wood truck finally came to life with the Tesla truck. So I mean, that's just reality.
I'm a bit concerned how
You know,
versed
I mean,
you are.
I used to make those things in Cub Scouts and win races with them, and now they're out there on the freeway. It's just amazing. It's like the Jetsons came to life.
Yeah. Man, I was talking to a guy yesterday. His buddy has one. He says it rusts. You can't take it through the car wash because it starts rusting.
Well, it's a metal trash can. I mean, what do you say?
Do they not think about it? I didn't know they would rust.
That's not
Oh
good
my
that
God.
they rust.
All right, so
not very good.
I'm sorry, I'm not as versed as you are in those theories. Can you help me out? Can you?
Wait, what am I talking about? I'm wearing the trash can on my head. So.
Just don't go outside, you'll rust.
Just remember to charge
Do you
up.
know any others?
Oh,
Please, make my day.
I absolutely love conspiracy theories.
Yeah, so tell me a few.
There's there's reptile people.
Lizard people. We had a
Lizard
customer
people.
who informed us about that one
Yeah.
time.
Inform me on this.
So they're shape-shifting lizard people. The
man.
conspiracy is, this one is really deep. Basically, have you noticed how all churches have gotten rid of their bells? You know, in churches, they would usually have like a high bell tower and they would ring out the
they're
bell.
gone.
They're gone. Why is that? Well,
Lizards.
because the lizard people have some type of cloaking device that messes with humans' frequencies, so that when they pass in front of us, they appear to be human, but they're actually in reptile form. But the bells from churches disrupt that frequency, so that you would be able to see these reptile people
You know what?
in their true forms.
You know why that checks out? Have you seen Spider-Man 3
Yes.
with Venom?
The
Yes.
scrolls.
At the very end with Eddie Brock, they're up at
Yes.
the top at one of those, and they put them, they go bing, bing, and the symbiote thing's
Yes,
coming off
okay,
his body
yeah,
to the
right,
vibration
yeah.
of the
Yes,
sound.
yeah.
They hide stuff in Hollywood movies. That's true.
Yeah.
That's what they're known for doing.
Very symbolic.
Just
That's
like
why I don't watch movies.
I
Yeah.
would just like to let
Not
you know,
many.
guys, that this theory
I'm
is
notorious
actually
for that.
Marvel
haven't seen it. A lot
wrote
of
about
movies.
that in 1974 about this theory. Okay, the Skrulls invaded invaded the Earth, and all of a sudden there are 5 million of them living among us. So
You mean they hid the truth in comic books?
they revealed the truth.
They revealed the truth?
And nobody,
Going
only,
back to my good
only the
hat.
children believe. Only the
Just
children
out there
believe.
hiding in plain sight all the truth, huh? Bigfoot,
Bigfoot?
Bigfoot exists.
Loch Ness.
How do you call
Monster,
that? How do you call Bigfoot in here?
Bigfoot.
How about a Yeti? How about a Yeti?
They're close relatives.
They're different.
Oh, there are 2 of them. Okay.
It's the Asian one, counting Paul,
Uh-huh.
and then the American one's Bigfoot.
Exactly.
Bigfoot.
It's a bigger foot.
Yeah, bigger.
Bigfoot and Biggerfoot.
But you know, the British and the Scottish, they can't say a shit about that. They still believe there is a
We wouldn't
fucking
understand if they said
dinosaur,
anything
dragon,
anyways.
whatever.
And you need to retune that antenna, brother.
Yeah.
You got some stuff coming out of that mouth today.
You're picking up AM.
Yeah, I see somebody complaining here from Scotland.
Yeah.
Oh my
News radio
god,
over
threatening my life. Come on, they have those monsters. They believe in monsters.
The Loch Ness.
The Loch Ness.
Yeah, the Loch Ness monster.
Come on. You know, all the druids and
Yeah.
stuff? Oh, come on.
Yep.
They try to make fun of
Man, these
America.
hats brought
Nobody
up the
makes fun of
roughness here.
America.
I was unaware of the full hats.
I don't bust them out very often anymore, but
Well, poor Paul is kind of like, well,
You got
I
into
lasted a month on this podcast.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm coming back next week.
That's where I,
Well, that's under that
that's where I
table.
cut off.
Said I was new, but it might be the last.
I thought I was crazy.
Might be busy.
Start me a new podcast of weird guys in full hats.
That could be a good name for a show.
That's what we changed the title to.
How
After
can
we
we
go
fool
for 2
you
hours.
today?
Yeah.
Well, I
But
went,
you know what, in
Wow.
all honesty, George, I do think it is kind of amazing. Like you said, Miami and Dubai are on the same parallel.
well, you have the perception. Like, I don't know if maybe all the world maps we see, because they don't represent exactly
My
how
world
things
map is
are.
round.
Yeah, that doesn't blow my mind that much. It's south of North America, so we're still up here. So you rotate the globe.
It's just in a desert
Dubai's
region.
up there, yeah.
Yeah. The
I
northern
know,
hemisphere.
but
Dubai's
Just
up
when you
there.
read it like that, you're like, oh, it's up there.
I like his his geography.
You know, there it's
because
So if you're on the globe and America's here, Dubai's up there.
yeah.
you
If
have
you go there long enough, you're gonna end up back down
You
here.
need to be a geography teacher.
yeah, because you have actually it's more
I think
like
for
a
these kids to
spatial
actually learn
vision.
something.
It's about spatial vision because he says, oh no, you just go around as if do you think to understand. Everyone understands what you just said. Because he made it look, no, it's obvious, but it's not that obvious. Right? So just because you have this spatial vision, like you can see in 3D. But most maps are flat, just like Earth.
I know, but the lines on the map, when they make them flat, they have a curve to them.
You're catching on.
On to that flatness of the Earth.
Yeah, I catch fast. I get things fast.
Yeah.
The old school map we traveled with in the 80s from the Exxon was a
And then
flat
you
map.
straighten it out.
This is flat.
It's not a
The world is
rectangle.
flat.
It's got curves.
Yeah.
Right? So then the lines, you got one in the middle going this way, the top go this way, and this way. And when you
It's just that when you
3Dify it,
put it on the wall, it looks way lower. It looks really lower. Like Tel Aviv and, I don't know, Cincinnati. You know what I'm saying? Like, way up.
I think the biggest difference is that Miami is such a tropical, humid area, and then
Yes,
you have the exact
true.
opposite of pure desert, camels, and stuff like
but
that.
that
I
has
think
to do with ocean and wind currents that block clouds from being able to come in certain areas. That's
Right.
why you got in the western part of the United States that mountain range that blocks wind and clouds from being. There's that middle section, Texas above, where it's all
Rockies.
dry. You don't grow. Agriculture sucks there.
Hey,
'Cause you go east.
Rockies.
You should be my geology team.
It's called the Rockies.
Teach me about some rocks. I got
Okay.
geography. You got
I
geology.
got a map here. Let me just suggest a few.
My point in the mountain is the clouds.
We can put the map on the screen if you want
Okay,
to.
yeah.
The cumulonimbus clouds have a hard time.
How about
Stratus.
Paris?
What about
Aye.
Paris would be in line with what? Paris.
probably some up north, New York, Baltimore, Washington
High.
D.C.
It's good, but it's higher. Higher.
Toronto.
Toronto. Motherfucker!
A+.
Geography.
Okay. All right.
I'll give you the Rockies.
Okay. It's in the west side.
Toronto's
I'm
mine.
gonna give you.
damn Canuck?
How about Zurich? I'm
It's
gonna
fucking
give
Blue Jays.
because you're good. It's in the west. Comparing to the west, Zurich.
What is to the west of
Boston.
Zurich?
Oh yeah, no.
Bosnia? Is that what you said?
To the west, right?
Boston is in the west? What geography
No.
are you
I
in?
thought you said Bosnia.
I thought we were just randomly throwing out city
Yeah.
names. All right, I'm
Cool.
You're probably
Alaska.
thinking LA.
Way higher.
Well, you're thinking Seattle.
Exactly, Seattle. Oh, actually,
But-
Oh,
No, it'd be higher.
Seattle it's near Vancouver, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
What
so
about Fairbanks?
Nuremberg would be Vancouver, and Zurich.
What about Fairbanks?
I don't know. It
but I guess
doesn't
my
say.
question: what's it matter if they're parallel? What?
I mean, I think the idea behind it.
Yeah.
Well, so I've got a question. I know this was posted online, and someone made a video of. I think they were working in an office, and they were asking this question. Besides Canada and Mexico, what is the nearest country that America is closest to?
Cuba.
Nope.
Closer.
Close.
Russia.
Russia.
True.
Alaska
True.
and Russia is only separated by
Bering.
5 or 6 miles
Yeah.
between like the tip in Alaska to Russia.
Yeah, they're not far at
I'm
all.
sure
They're
just
not-
to help
you can actually
walk.
see into. You could take a boat.
There's certain times of the year where ice is over and you can walk
you
the
can
stretch.
walk.
We have an island and they have an island. There's a line that goes right down the middle and it freezes over and you can. It's dangerous. They don't recommend it, but you can walk.
And for the reason that you just said, when it freezes over and you can walk, I ain't going. It's too cold.
I told you this because I'm watching the TV series Bad Monkey.
I'm staying in Texas
Great
where it's
show.
hot.
It's in Keys, right? It's in the
Yep.
Keys, right? So it's so close. man.
Andros and Cuba is close, yeah.
Yes.
If you
Okay.
look
Bad
on
monkeys. What?
Bad Monkey. It's got Vince Vaughn
Oh,
on
I
Apple
thought I
TV. It's
heard
pretty good.
monkeys.
Bad Monkey.
Singular.
Bat monkeys.
Bad monkey.
Bad monkey.
One bad
It's a
monkey.
new virus that came out. You didn't read about it?
Yes.
Gotta get a
Wow.
New one?
Don't get me started with the vaccines.
Yeah, it's another
Oh my
vaccine.
goodness.
What's the vaccine on the bat monkey, man?
Yeah, vaccines over there.
Like the monkey flu.
The monkey.
So from here to here, you'd think it'd be the closest, right?
I thought it was the small island. I was thinking.
Nah, show up the map there of Alaska, because I'm never going to go up there. It's too cold.
I've been to Alaska many times, but I've only been
There it is, right there.
I've been to Anchorage and Seward, which is down here. But no, we own.
Over there. Oh yeah, definitely.
How close it is.
Very
Is it
close.
Barry?
the Bering Sea.
Yes.
But if I zoom in even more,
Where
so
every one of us came.
this
basically.
is actually one of our territories, and then this is theirs. And this stretch freezes over, and you can walk it sometimes. Some years when it gets cold enough.
I will
True,
take your word
it's
for
closer.
it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is the Bering Sea, which is treacherous.
This tree is
Bering
good,
Sea
huh? We should have a trivia like that.
crazy,
Yeah, trivia like
crazy
that.
water.
See?
Very dangerous to take a boat through there, regardless of cold conditions. It's
And
just
you
that
asked
water
me-
is so turbulent.
What about it? It's just like, man, I
Just
like.
curiosity kills the cat. You know,
Yeah.
you're just curious.
Yeah, it was like,
So here's
wow, okay,
Fairbanks.
it explains a lot of things.
Right.
The answer to Fairbanks would have been
D.
one of-
700.
One of these.
Yeah.
7.
7. Yeah, there you go. 7.
I wonder how much of this area of Russia that just nobody lives in.
It's fake. It's all aliens live there. All underground tunnels and...
Well, look, all these major cities.
That's where Bigfooter lives.
You go north
Yeah.
of that, there's not much.
And, and Yeti. They play football.
What are we talking about?
Bigfooter and Yeti.
Siberia doesn't belong to Russia for over 3 years since the war started. It's Chinese already.
Really?
We're talking about. Aren't we talking? Oh, here about all these crazy theories.
Parallelograms and shit.
Trapezoids.
I don't know.
Yeah, the world's crazy, man.
We've gotten deep in the geography on this real quick.
Interesting little rock we live on, right?
Yeah.
Here's Miami. Come straight across.
Yeah. You see, flat. The word is flat.
See, I don't believe it.
It's all flat.
We couldn't be on the same plane. There's no way.
Well, we never run out. The water never falls off. It's just a big bowl.
Like London, it's online with Canada.
Yeah. hmm Amazing. Look at if you try Denmark. Look at where Denmark goes.
Denmark?
Where?
Yeah, Denmark and
Yeah.
Switzerland. Look at that. The top of the
Denmark.
country.
Well, Sweden. It's even like...
Sweden.
Sweden's
No,
up there,
Finland, yeah, there we go.
Sweden?
yeah.
Sweden, yeah.
Sweden, yeah.
I never got why Greenland was all icy, but Iceland was all green. They screwed the pooch on that one.
And look how distorted. Look how distorted it is.
Look at it.
Greenland. How it's
Do you have the link?
super small?
I gotta send it.
Really small.
Greenland?
Greenland is small. It's super small.
Super
Compared to that. No, yeah, it is.
Oh yeah.
Just
No,
because of the poles.
so
you know?
they blow things up.
Yes.
Yeah. If you look, I forget the name of it, but like an actual realistic map where it makes everything the size proportionally that it's supposed to be. It is very small.
Try to Google that.
Just for example, Antarctica is the third biggest continent. But if you look at it's the biggest by far.
Which one?
Antarctica.
Okay.
That's an example because it was all in the poles, it makes it bigger. So if you see Canada is actually smaller, Russia is actually way smaller because Russia looks bigger than Africa, and Russia is half.
Oh, it's very small.
This is an
Look at that!
example
Look
of
at
that.
that! That's it.
So this is the lighter colors, what we're used to seeing. The darker is the actual.
Look at
size.
Russia, as I told you. Look, it's smaller than Africa.
So Africa stays the same size, and they blow up all this stuff on the top of the mountain to make it seem a lot bigger. So that's the actual size of Greenland. Look how much smaller Iceland becomes too. Proportionally, it is a lot smaller.
But look at Greenland, man. You see the size of that?
yeah,
So the south,
20%.
Look
the
at Alaska.
south
Oh,
is
look at Alaska.
proportionally kept,
yeah.
but then they had to blow the
There-
northern part of the map in order to be able to connect it.
But
right?
you know, this is what was made on purpose.
Okay.
To make Russia seem real big and
Yeah,
scary.
to make it the hemisphere, the north hemisphere
northern.
looks more powerful, and the lower hemisphere looks less powerful. It was on purpose.
Yeah.
Insidious.
Politics, huh?
Insidious.
Yes, but it's
In many
true.
ways, it's true.
Many believe. Okay,
In many ways, it's kind of true because
look
you
at
know,
Sweden, man. Look at the size of Sweden.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so those are the things they do.
It's very interesting.
All right, thank you so much for that. But I thought it was curious to just
Professor George, Professor Abaiji,
Yeah.
teaching us our geography lesson of the day. We got to do a geography segment.
Somewhere,
every
somehow, I can
episode.
get to see you on geography out of this.
There you go. I did better than I thought I would.
Oh my goodness! You
Yeah,
did well.
You weren't aware of the rock, you said.
Yeah, I
Hey,
swear, man.
My point was the
swear.
clouds, not the Rockies.
You know the big rock
The
things.
rocks on the west side.
Yeah. Isn't there
Trying
a
to dumb it
baseball
down.
team?
You think we have intelligent viewers? Trying to make it easy for everyone to
I'm
understand.
hoping we got some intelligent
Yeah,
viewers.
yeah.
Well, I'm sure they're smarter than me, but that's not very difficult. Yeah, this whole region right here, bad agriculture.
Yep.
That's the same thing. You were talking about how it's dry over there, Dubai. Just the way the ocean currents and everything.
If you
The
cut
humidity.
Austin, all the way up to the United States,
Yeah, just straight north.
80% of the population lives
On the east side of it, yeah.
and 20. Even though Texas and California, which are the two
But
most
this,
populous
it's
states,
from here
in the-
over fitting into the east.
Yes.
Is included in the east.
You're saying 80% of the population lives where?
If you
80% of the population lives
Of the US.
yes, lives
East
east of
of
Austin. Like if you put a vertical line from here to
Yes.
here over is 80% of the United States. There's a big gap in here.
Oh, yeah.
20% is the left side, and like over a lot of that's California, and then the West Coast, and then it's spread
So
out.
20% of the West is probably 17% of all the pot smokers in Colorado.
For sure.
Let me tell you, have you watched a TV series called The Man in High Castle?
No.
Have you heard about it?
Nope.
Nope.
So German wins the war, and Japan invades the West. The United States, all the West is Japanese, and all the East side is German.
Oh,
And
interesting.
right in the middle, right there, exactly there, it's nobody's. Nobody wants that land. Nobody sold. The Americans are there.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah. It has a lot of twists that I didn't like it, but the first season is amazing. Then there's a lot of sci-fi. If you guys don't like sci-fi, of course, don't
No,
watch it.
I'm
but,
out.
yeah, but if you guys, I know that you like it, sci-fi, Dylan. So then it gets really interesting if you like it.
Here's an interesting fact about Texas. From the very tip of South Padre Island from the very bottom to the very top of Texas is close to 900 miles. If you were to drive from the very top of Texas up to Canada, you'd get there in 880 miles. So the distance to travel to the whole state of Texas is greater than the top of Texas into Canada.
Sure.
And
I think
east
the
to
same
west.
thing for east to west too. Like, yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
The furthest east to west point takes you longer to drive than it would from the south to the northern point of California.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shit, I remember.
Big state.
I remember driving through when we moved out here. We stopped at La Cruces, New Mexico, stayed the night, and then San Diego to La Cruces, I think, Mexico. It's on the border, right next to El Paso.
Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah. Then from there, we drove here to Austin. I just remember driving and going, "Where the hell? When does
Takes
this
you
end?"
longer to get from there to Austin than from there all the way to the West Coast.
Well, it was divided. So I traveled through California, Arizona, and on the other side of New Mexico. In the same time it took me to get all through.
Well, that's what the whole
one side
saying
of-
around here is Texan. You know, Texan born, Texan bred as myself. It's like, hey, it's just over yonder.
Yeah, same.
Over yonder's maybe an hour, but it's just over yonder because that ain't that far.
Right.
It's a big place.
It is a big
People in
place.
like the Northeast are blown away when we're like, oh, it's a 30-minute drive. We don't talk about like mileage distance. It's like, oh, it's a 40-minute drive. It's a 2-hour drive. So everything's far for the most part. But when you go to Alaska, they love to make fun of that they're the biggest state. They love to.
Right.
As soon as they hear you're from Texas, they start laying into you like, oh, how do you feel that we're the biggest state? I'm like, you're not
Are
connected,
you?
so
Yeah, but are
they
you?
try to sell you soil, like you can take this home and plant it back home, and you can say you have the soil of the biggest state. Like that's their thing. They love harping on it.
Let's talk about GDP. How
Okay.
about that? We can talk about GDP from Texas and GDP from Alaska. How about that? Is it okay?
Don't let them bring up New York.
Can we talk about
Yeah.
scientific patents? Whatever you wanted. Texas is going to be bigger.
Alaska's
What
nice.
matters,
If
actually.
you ever get a chance to go, not the Russian close one, but just like south
Oh,
of Alaska.
Alaska's fun to go
Anchorage.
to.
No, it's just it's
We got
Beautiful
friends of
country.
ours that take Alaskan cruises all the time, and they love it, man. And they're always telling us you need to go to Alaska. But I'm not a cruise guy. I don't do cruises. And,
I'm not a big fan of cruises.
Yeah, just my whole theory on a cruise. You know, I mean, they're not for everybody. I love boats. I love fishing. But I schedule my life day in, day out with work and meetings and jobs and everything else. But man, if I'm on vacation, I don't want to schedule. I want to know when my plane leaves, when my plane lands, and when when I'm home. But get on a boat and get off for 8 hours and get back on, and I'm not. No.
But I think right now there are many kinds of cruises, right? We just received one from Vikings. It's amazing. You know, like you choose whatever you want to do. You know, there are
But
so many
there's one
options.
thing on a cruise ship you just can't do that's vital to me: being on a boat in the water.
Fish.
Can't fish.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
true.
All right. Okay.
I've been on one from like Houston, like
It's not for you.
Galveston.
It's not for you.
No, and, you know, and my wife even went on a cruise and
I've been
came back and told me you wouldn't like it.
Yeah.
I think a wife of 20 plus years knows me. She's going to know. I'm not going to like a cruise. I'm going to take her word for it.
Right.
I'm not going to go on a cruise.
There are some though, like you go like out of Galveston to Cancun and back. In between, you spend like a couple days in the water. You're there for a day, and then you spend a couple. So you spend a lot of time on the boat where you're not forced to go do stuff every day.
Right.
But if you want to do that, you can. So
Right.
that's not a cruise for everybody.
I
either.
just know from a lot of the trips we've taken, you know, different ports, you know, you name it, Cozumel, Cabo, whatever. And we'll be at an establishment or, you know, be at a bar, restaurant, whatever, eating. And we'll run into people a lot that are like, hey, man, good chatting with you, but we got 30 minutes. We got to get back on the boat. We got to go. And it's 4 o'clock in the afternoon, and they're having to go catch their boat to get back
They'll
for the
fucking-
next whatever.
They'll leave your ass.
And they will leave. And that's my whole deal is like, man, if I go somewhere
I'm gonna be rushed.
that I don't want to have to be rushed, and if I find something, I like to explore and go see stuff and not be on a time constraint of, well, I can't go over there because my ship leaves in 30 minutes. I'd rather be like, yeah, let's go. My plane doesn't leave for 4 days. I got all the time in the world.
Yeah, I believe
And
that.
adventure and see things.
I totally understand what you're saying, and I agree with you. I mean, I am like you. I prefer to enjoy. You know,
Cruise is the same for everybody.
however, like
No.
you know, yeah, you know, like
Some people love
yeah,
that.
exactly. But some people they don't have this urge, right, to want to stay there. They actually before they decide to go, they already know there'll be 3 stops. You know,
Well,
calculate that. You know,
We've got friends of ours, and they're not the adventurous type to go out and do that stuff. They love the cruise ship because it's tons of people. There's gambling, there's bars, there's dancing, there's shows, and that's
comedy.
what they love to go do. So they're
the
like,
cuisine
hey,
is
I'm
amazing.
gonna be on a ship for 7 days, 10 days, and the restaurants are phenomenal. And I've got my shows to do. I've got bars to hang out at. I got casinos to go to. I got dancing we can do and clubbing. I mean, they're at home.
Right.
And for people that's their lifestyle, I think cruises are phenomenal.
Right.
But for someone like me, I'm gonna, you know, we get a cruise and it takes 3 different ports. Well, I want to get to that port and go see everything I can go see while I'm there.
So here's a question: if money was no object,
Okay.
number one vacation for you. You have a week, but money is no option. What would you do and where would you go?
A week,
1 week.
be on vacation.
Money's not an
Money's
object,
not
so
an option.
it's get in as much as you want. Where would you go and what would you do?
Man, that's kind of a tough one, but I would probably put it between 2 different things. I'm a big fisherman, so I would probably say, let me, you know, Alaska's a place I love to go do some fishing. Let's fly up there, hang out, and go somewhere and do some fishing. Or I would, I would love to venture on down to Australia and just do whatever.
Yeah.
Be on the coastline. There's bound to be some fishing somewhere in Australia I can go do. I know nothing about Australian fishing. Never been there, but let's
Sure,
go.
you find something.
And then find something. But oh man, I don't know. My wife and I travel quite a bit. We've been quite a few places, but there's a bunch of places I haven't been that I want to go.
Yeah.
And one of the places I want to go we haven't been, which, you know, still America, man, but I want to go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Never been.
I've never been
too.
either.
Never
Hawaii's
been.
cool.
I've heard it's phenomenal. And the fishing there's
Fishing's
good.
really good.
Fishing's really good.
Yeah.
So that probably be my number 1 answer right there.
Cool.
Let's go to Hawaii.
Yeah.
Okay, let's
Because
go,
you get to see the volcanoes
The
and all
people
that.
are really
Yeah.
let's go around the
Okay.
table with that then.
I signed for that. Hawaii.
Let's go around the table. You, George.
Hawaii's cool.
Well,
Let's just add one more thing. Like, also, there's no stress from work. You know what I mean?
Well,
You're in a comfortable position.
Yeah.
well, next year is my 5th year, right? So we are planning. We are deciding where to go, and got a lot of friends who live in Australia. A lot of friends live in the Gold Coast, Brisbane, right? Shout out to Eduardo, Ezequiel, and all our friends there. And so definitely the trip of my dreams, right? That's what we're gonna do is New Zealand and Australia together. So
New Zealand will be fun.
New Zealand, yeah. So
Yeah.
just the nature, enjoy true nature, and also enjoy the beach in Brisbane and Golden Coast is right in the west, north of Sydney.
Yeah.
Right? Definitely those places. This is our number one because we were deciding like, should we go to Brazil and make a gigantic party, or we should enjoy visiting. So this is definitely a trip, especially with no constraints in money. Definitely.
Right, no constraints of money.
Right.
Konrad.
Definitely a toss-up either between Japan. I think Japan, north and south. I know my dad's been there. He said it was an adventure. It was awesome. So either Japan or Australia, New Zealand.
Wow.
I feel like New Zealand has some of the best fishing in the world, has
Yeah.
the best hiking, has the best hunting.
Nature in general.
Exactly. Nature in general for New Zealand and Australia. So I think those would be kind of toss-up between them.
Dylan.
Probably good. Probably go to like Brazil, like
I thought he would say the Rockies.
Espírito Santo.
Yeah.
Let's go see the Grand Canyon.
Colorado's or Denver's really cool right now.
Brazil for
Dylan,
somebody that
Espírito
never
Santo.
went to
Dylan.
Brazil, it could be interesting.
I'm going this next year in 2026.
What about you, Hilton?
I invite you guys to go,
Okay.
but only to where it truly matters. Only to truly matters in the country, okay?
Rio de Janeiro.
Rio?
Yeah, we go there, but we gotta go
Espírito
to
Santo?
we gotta go to Espírito Santo, definitely. There are some spas, some coffee. Like the farms have spas inside, so you see the whole coffee process. You see the whole coffee process. And
Bahia
then you
tobacco
sleep in
places.
there.
What's it called?
Yeah.
Espiracito?
Espírito
Espírito
from
Santo.
spirit.
It's right here.
Espírito Santo from saint. It's Saint Spirit.
Put the map on there.
That's a fun
South
town to go
is
to.
there.
Huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Espírito Santo, right on
So
the
you see the
east.
farm, you do the thing, and you can do
Vitória is
everything,
where I'm-
the coffee
I'm-
process.
You know, Jojo and
Yeah.
Andreas.
So I've done the coffee process when we went to Dominican Republic.
Want to go
You
see the
did?
cowboy
Oh,
show?
really?
Yeah,
Oh, I did that
in
in Dominican.
Dominican. They took us up into the coffee farm, so we got to actually, pick it, process it, grind it.
Pretty
Brew it,
coffee.
drink
They
it.
do. They,
Really?
It was pretty
Specialty
cool.
I did that in
coffee
Punta
from them
Cana
is pretty
and the
good.
Dominican as well.
Yeah.
And they had like chocolate places there too. Cacao.
Yep.
Pretty good.
And most coffee from them
Cigars.
are chocolate. Most coffee from the Dominican Republic.
Oh, Dominican's
It's
very big.
rich,
Specialty
very
coffee.
rich
Yeah.
coffee.
It's chocolate.
Very
Interesting.
rich.
Yeah, it was.
Probably because of these characteristics he's mentioned.
Yeah.
Porto Alegre.
I would do the west coast of Italy.
I mean,
All the
Vino
wines,
Man.
all the
it's a
wines,
different
Vino Man.
it's a different
Yeah.
country.
all the wines. I would go for a wine trip.
And see, I'd love to go to Italy too.
Yeah.
I'd love
Italy,
to.
wine trip in Italy.
And I said fishing, Australia and all that, but flip the switch. My other answer, without a doubt, Scotland, Ireland,
Oh yeah,
bring the golf bag.
I've done it though.
That would be pretty cool.
Highlands.
So
and
I've done
Scotland's
Ireland
good.
once and played golf over there for about a week. And that's just, we're actually thinking about going back next year with my brother-in-law and my wife and all that. And I got my toes wet on playing golf in Ireland. Man, I want to go and venture out. And I've never been to Scotland,
Yeah.
which is where golf.
I have a few
originated.
places to recommend in the
But
Highlands.
that had nothing to do with fishing, but that's my other passion, man, is golfing.
Well, and there's great fishing up there too.
There's fishing up there, big time,
so we
big
can
time.
definitely do that.
But I would probably have a hard time getting off the golf course to go fishing if I'm over in Ireland and Scotland golfing,
Just since
So-
on this topic, right? So related to that, for sure, your experience is completely different depending on your purchasing power, right? So
and that's why I posed money's
Yeah.
no object.
exactly
Right.
because that definitely, if you have kids,
Goodbye.
it's a different trip, right? So
But if money's an object, I'm going to Waco.
stop, George, stop! Stop! Why it sounds serious, right? So.
McDonald's, you're ordering from the dollar menu.
Exactly, man. I remember I was in London eating per day. I would spend £2 because those are two. Each of the tuna fish sandwich was £1. So that's how I lived with £2. That's everything I ate per day. A day, and then some milk, whatever.
We're gonna go to Waco, stop at Buc-ee's and Temple, get a pound of beef jerky.
Hell
That's my meal.
yeah. Hell
You understand what I'm saying?
And
Right?
you know, I don't think I ever told you this, but I had some friends from California come out, and we went up to Waco Surf. I think it's called. Waco
Yeah,
Surf.
the place that they have like a huge slide kind of thing.
Right.
They have an artificial surf and a lazy river, and then like one of those slides that you fly off. I got a video.
It's like a Schlitterbahn.
Yeah.
Well, it's a little bit different because they have like a
But they didn't
high
like it or what?
slide that it
we
jumps.
stopped at Buc-ee's, and they were just like, "What the hell are we doing? Stopping at a gas station?"
I've been somewhere
we
that does
stopped,
that.
and I go,
There's
"Just
three,
you wait."
one's
Just
behind
go
the
in.
other, and you
And they go in and they're like,
modulate,
"Oh, I see why you have to stop at Buc-ee's every time you go anywhere." Because
Yeah.
it was, I mean, they
You
were
can't
like-
get out of there for less than $300.
and they bought all of the snacks. They bought, sandwiches straight from the bake, or the
You go to the middle, you
beef
grab it all, and
jerky.
you're like, okay, and you can't pay for it there. You got to pay right when you're leaving. You don't realize how much stuff you grabbed.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's always
You buy cowboy hats,
put
and
some
boots,
stuff
and you
back.
buy everything.
And then you're like,
Buy
yeah.
beaver nuggets,
beaver nuggets
man.
for
Beaver nuggets.
sure. Yeah,
Still have a friend who's
cheese
always
steak
like,
burritos.
I told him I was going to buy him some beaver nuggets and send it out, and he's like, I'm still waiting. 2.5 years.
You haven't said no beaver
I've never
nuggets?
said-
Oh, you're a bad friend.
You're a bad friend.
Oh, this is a pain in the ass. I haven't been up to Buc-ee's
Go
yet
to
to buy
Temple.
him some.
You just
I
go to
know.
Temple. It's not that far.
I know. I need to make a trip up there.
This guy doesn't matter.
We gotta go to the beach, and then we stop at Buc-ee's.
Surfside.
I think we stopped at like 4 different Buc-ee's on the way to the beach that one time.
It was only like 19 between here and the beach.
Yeah.
I mean, for a gas station stop, their bathrooms are going to be the cleanest you're going to find.
Yeah.
Yep.
And they have Tesla chargers.
They do.
In your trip from Texas to Florida, did you stop at the Love gas station?
Uh-uh.
Love's is all over
I
California.
didn't.
Yeah.
While I was in,
It's
But
not
no,
that
the thing
big.
is that
we stopped at a Buc-ee's on the way there, actually.
Yeah,
There's more of a truck stop.
Yeah.
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 What I was just saying it was funny because every single gas station has a different kind of fast food, different fast food together. So we stopped like 4 or 5 times. It was McDonald's, yeah, then it was
Subway.
Subway, and then like every single one of them. And then there's showers and everything. That's why I was
Yeah.
saying like showers and everything. So it
I use a
wasn't an
trucker
experience. It wasn't a full experience there.
You know what Love's is in Spanish, right? Subway. I mean, that's just there's one in every one of them. It's there.
What are you talking about? Yeah. Love owns them all, right?
It's like, you know how to say Denny's in Spanish too, right? La Quinta. There's one at every La Quinta. There's a Denny's within view.
Yeah. That's really true.
It's just there.
Yesterday, I received this invitation for, now, probably because they know I'm 50 and my wife and I spoke about that on the phone. And now all this vacation thing are coming, right? So there is this boat.
Taking you to Denny's?
There is this. Oh my god.
yeah, La Quinta.
So there is this boat
Last
in
year's
Greece.
Waffle House.
There's this gigantic boat in Greece.
Okay.
For 8 days,
Okay.
$2,000 per person.
Okay.
Then you
Drinks,
gotta fly there and everything, though, right?
Foods. Hey, you fly. So it's 4,000 per couple,
Yes.
right? But it's 8 days, and you choose when to stop, where to stop, how long to stop.
That makes it nice.
When you're talking about a boat, you go back to the money doesn't matter.
Can you fish?
I'm taking the Ritz
You can
Carlton
fish.
boat.
You can fish. You
Yeah.
can stop for many things. You can do a lot of things on this one.
We can fish on this boat?
Yeah, of course. They will do whatever you want.
It's like a yacht.
Well,
It's a big yacht, and there are sports, the heretical sports. There are 10 people working for you, so you don't do your bad. You do.
Can you play
Hey, on a
squash
boat?
on the yacht?
on a boat, we need to be able to fish.
Yes. So I'm sorry.
We need to be able to drink bourbon, beer,
Yeah, it's all included.
and we need a grill so we can grill fish and steak.
They cook whatever you want, but there's a chef in there.
Let's go.
Fish, and they're gonna grill your whatever you catch.
Let's
you know?
go.
Catch of the day.
You better
That's
catch
actually
something you're gonna
pretty
stop.
Isn't that crazy?
That'd
That's
actually be
pretty
pretty
That'd be
cool.
pretty cool. And that's in
So
Greece.
it's like up to eight. This one is for 8 people. They have one for 10 and one for 12. But man, I
But it's
think,
in Greece.
Yeah, you gotta
Greece.
fly to Greece.
So
Yeah.
you're gonna pay
Fly to Greece.
$10,000 to get to Greece.
no, $500.
No, it's not $500.
I received it today. $539.
One way?
No,
It's round trip
round trip.
on what airline?
Hold
I
on,
don't
hold
know.
on. I have nothing to say. Why
Santos
would
airline.
why would you have
That's
a
surprising.
round trip? You know, when you have an experience like that, just go and stay. You know what I mean? Don't need to
You
come
know,
back.
yeah.
$500? Like, hey, sorry, I'm
A flight to Jamaica is like
We
600
become
something.
squats. It becomes a
What airline gets you from Austin to Greece for $500?
$539.
What airline?
A flight to Jamaica is like 650. How you going to? That's impressive.
It might be like a off-season kind of
Spirit
thing,
airline?
you know, promotion.
yeah.
You
And
know?
probably
Does Spirit do international?
Have you ever flown Spirit?
No.
Don't.
They do not have seats, you know.
You.
No, that's Frontier.
yeah, exactly.
I will be. I've flown Alaska.
Just sit on the floor.
I've flown everything. We took Spirit from here to San Diego.
Not your thing, huh?
If you want the seat in front of you to be in your face, you have to pay for a cup of water. You don't get anything. Anything that you want, you have to pay.
If you're over 5'10", your knees are in the chair.
It was the worst experience
On
of
the
my
flip
life.
side, Aero Mexico. Ever been on it?
Love it.
Great flight.
Great.
Free beer.
Oh yeah. Oh
Love
yeah.
it.
Aero Mexico. There's like a Sun one. I forget. Sun Country, I think it is.
I think it's Sun Country.
Yeah, I flew to Cancun on that.
Alaska Airlines.
What beer is Dos Equis or Sol?
Sol.
Modelo Negro.
It's pretty good.
Sol. All day. Number one Mexican beer in my mind.
Sol is pretty good.
That's what you like, right?
No, Tecate.
What was the other one that you said you liked?
I love to solve
Pacifico.
for the
Pacifico.
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 I had a neighbor a long time
I'm a Dos
ago, a
Equis guy
Hispanic
myself.
neighbor from El Paso, and we would drink Pacifico.
Yeah.
And I started noticing after we would drink in the driveway there with our Pacifico, he would always ask me if I wanted an El Pacifico. And he was a heavy set boy. And I just kind of caught on. I went, whoa, wait a minute. This is a Pacifico, not a Pacifico. Well, in Spanish, Pacifico is for the physique. Big heavyset guy, and he was always going, "Hey, you want another Pacifico?" I caught on to his little joke there.
Yeah.
You know? It's for the physique, man. You gotta be a big boy to drink that Pacifico.
Yeah,
I like Pacifico.
I do too.
About the only Mexican beer that I'm not a big fan of is the number one you see everywhere, man, Corona.
Oh, I don't like Corona actually either.
No.
I've said that many times.
I think Dos Equis is
I really like a Dos Equis.
Sol
Dos Equis,
is pretty
Sol,
good.
and Pacifico,
With the same
man.
way you
Salt and
drink.
lime.
Yes, it's pretty good. It's
I
very
haven't
light.
sold away in on that. I've had Corona. It's not my favorite. Pacifico's okay. I don't like Modelo's that much, and I really don't like Corona. So I just they don't taste right.
Sol,
They have an off
Pacifico,
taste.
Dos Equis, Modelo.
Coronas takes your
Tecate's not
breath
bad at all.
away.
No,
I like
Tecate's not bad.
Tecate.
I like
Tecate
Tecate.
Light, either one.
Yes.
They're fine.
Yeah.
They're fine.
No, I
but
agree.
no
I agree.
Corona.
I would drink Modelo only because of the
No.
ads. I don't drink alcohol, but I would drink
Sam likes
only
Modelo's.
because of
I
the
don't.
ads. I like the ads.
You
But I
don't
drink
alcohol at all?
He used to a lot. He doesn't anymore.
I had a quota for 3 lives between 20 and 40. So
Okay.
I quit.
Good for you. That's a good thing. I appreciate it. Leaves more for us.
Yeah, I know, but I have zero problem with that.
Me,
Oh, yeah.
me as well. Me as well. Thank you, sir.
Or for Paul to take. Well, can we get into football?
Well, I was gonna just hit that button there, my friend, but we need to have the
Battle
football
of the
picks in
logos.
here. We still have the map on. I can put that table on.
Oh, we need to map where the logos are for you?
We'll have,
Yeah,
West
it
of the
looks like-
Rockies.
we'll have
or
the
whatever team.
We
we're
can
going
get into where the logos
Starting
derive
soon, right?
from. and-
Yes.
yeah.
So if we're getting about logos, I'm going to have to look up who's playing who this week. Can't even look.
I'm pulling it up here.
Oh, I'm going to get a head start over here.
Tony, who's
All
watching
right,
this,
here we go.
Unless you need glasses
he's
or
been
something.
watching. He told me like he hasn't missed a game. since-
Pretty zoomed in.
Really? Yeah. So this guy, man,
Yeah, we'll
it's
scroll
crazy.
down.
He
So like,
knows
it's our audience, so it will be good to.
All right, our
just to
first
talk about it next week. Next week, just for 5 minutes.
Battle of the Logos sponsored by Ballerini Floors.
How did first off, before we get into this week, how did we all do last week?
What are the
Week two.
standings?
Yes.
Overall record.
But we need to move that one to this screen to show if that's the case.
I can do that. Tech savvy. All right. So if you disregard everything from here down, doesn't matter. We're just looking at these top 2 weeks. So this number down here, our running total. So you got 260, 261, 261, 260, 258.
Oh, I'm in last.
But that's across 2 weeks.
That's the general statistic to the end.
So last week we all did not too well. The highest percentage was a tie between George and Konrad and Paul with 56.25% across the whole slate. Right now,
Hey, I'm consistent.
we're all within.
Yeah.
It's pretty similar.
6.25 both weeks.
Fix the cell there.
So you got a tie right now between George and I going through week 2 in the
Not
top
bad.
place.
Not bad for 2. Yeah.
Can I ask what was our percentage of sweeps? Because there was quite a few sweep games that we picked last week.
Yes, sir. Our sweep percentage was 50%.
Wow.
So
How many
Wait,
games?
go back
did
to
we
the
pick?
percentage. You had what?
we had 10 of 16 games we swept. 5 of those we got right. 5 of those we got wrong.
Interesting.
So
Very
we had 50%
interesting.
Gotta
percentage on
start
sweeps. What was your
rethinking,
question,
huh?
Paul?
Back your percentage on where you're at, 95, 98, whatever it was you had. There we go.
So this is a running total. It's averaging our percentages as the season goes along. It's all
Okay.
high percentages right now because week 3 through 18 are all 100%.
Gotcha.
Because as of right now, we haven't got them wrong. Right?
Right.
We make the pick and then we figure it out. So
You're only late, even though, let's say, you are 10 minutes to get to your destination, but your destination is 4 minutes away. No. You're into your drive for 4 minutes, so you're only late when you pass that 4th minute.
Right.
So up until
right.
then, you're not late yet.
if we're going out of just 2 weeks, I'd have to do math, except for Paul, you're at 56.25% on the year.
Well, I'm
Yeah, because
I'm
you've
even
had the
both
same
weeks. I'm
Yeah.
consistent.
Yeah.
You've led this week. The week 1 was Hilton and I with 81.25%.
We are the same.
We both had a drop off.
Yeah.
Y'all were a little higher than us this week, but a lot less than us in week 1.
Yeah.
It's all right. We got 15 more to go.
There's so many to go, so it doesn't matter. It's going to start getting interesting around week 12.
Yes.
But I will say this is a interesting week because we learned a lot in week 2 that we don't know anything about these teams that we thought we knew.
Nope. Really not.
So
That's why the logo is not the way to go, because I was the worst last week.
you never know.
Only one pick though.
Just pick the same, and you'll be all right.
Will they lose again? All right. Game 1 is the New England Patriots at the New York Jets.
Shit, that's a tough one.
Jets, please.
It is a tough one. Patriots haven't been playing terrible. I think I've wavered on this, just looking at it over and over. I'm also going to go to the Jets, and I don't feel confident about it, but that's my pick.
It is what it is.
I don't.
This is one of those that could swing either way. It depends on the performance.
I'm gonna
of
go
your team.
Patriotas.
Go Patriots. Everybody telling me to.
That's a Thursday night game.
It's this Thursday night game, first home game for the Jets. Patriots on the road, not a super far travel for them.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to go with the Jets.
I'm gonna have to go with the Jets also.
Okay. Next up, we have the New York Giants at the Cleveland Browns.
That's easy. Go Dogs.
This might be a sweep.
Brownie.
Browns.
Go Dogs.
So that's
Yeah.
our first sweep. Watch the Giants come here and upset all of us.
Probably.
This is going to be a tough one. I think the Bears at the Colts. Both
Bears.
teams have quarterbacks that I just don't really believe in. But I'm leaning. This is my first game. I think
Who did the Colts play last week?
I'm gonna let someone else go. I'm gonna let someone else go and think about it.
I'm
Your Bears.
going with Bears.
I'm in
Last
Chicago.
week the Colts played the Packers.
Okay.
And they lost to the Packers in their stadium. Anthony Richardson didn't look very good.
No.
Give me the Bears.
I'm in Chicago.
I'm gonna go Colts. I'm gonna prevent this sweep.
That's good. Yeah.
I'm gonna prevent this sweep.
I was torn this one. So.
Yeah, it's a tough one.
You don't know yet, do you?
I'm gonna go Colts. They're at home, and I don't know. That's one of those I don't feel super confident about. Same with this game.
Both
Texans at Vikings. Vikings are now
Vikings all day.
Justin Jefferson is
Really?
out, but Justin Jefferson's out, but Sam Darnold has shown that he can play either way. You got the Texans on the road. They just took down the Niners, and they looked pretty good. And they left some offense out there on the field. They could have done better. I think JJ's out. Joe Mixon's probably out for the Texans. CJ Stroud is a really good quarterback. This could be a close game within 3 points.
It's on the road Vikings.
I could easily see the Texans winning, but I am going to take the home team here with the Vikings.
I have some. I think I have a Texans in my team, right?
You do.
You have Stephon Diggs and
You got Diggs.
yeah.
I'm a Viking though. I always been a Viking.
Vikings have been playing really good. They just beat the 49ers at home.
I'll go Vikings.
They play at home. I
gonna
just
prevent
wanted
the sweep?
I'm
Yeah.
torn.
I'm gonna go Texans.
You're going to prevent the sweep.
Yeah.
No, that's a tough one too. Honestly,
That's a tough one, but I think the
I-
Vikings are just.
See, I could see it going either way.
Yeah,
but I would have said
easily.
that. Even though the Saints are a good team, I would have said that last week about the. You just never know.
You never
Sometimes teams don't perform the way you're expecting them to.
Okay.
And I could easily see the Texans winning that, but I'm going to stick with the Vikings. We have the Eagles at the Saints. I'm going to take the Saints in this one.
Me too. I'm a bird guy, but the way the Eagles played last game, and I did not like it. I liked the first
But I
game,
want
but I
the
did not
Eagles.
like the second game.
Right.
I want the Eagles.
Maybe your Eagles.
You want Eagles?
Yeah.
I'm
George.
going Eagles.
Yeah.
It's hard to.
For two reasons. Two reasons I'm picking the Eagles.
Tell us.
Wanna hear
I
it?
think they're going to be a little pissy and revamp on their loss from last night's game. They're going to play a little bit better ball. And I don't like Derek Carr.
I'll tell you why I don't.
respect
Their
both points.
their offense at times.
I don't think Derek Carr can have two fabulous games week after week.
He
I thought that against the Cowboys, but I just think that I have Jalen Hurts as a quarterback from one other league. He just, to me, doesn't seem as comfortable in the pocket, and he just keeps running the ball. And I don't know how sustainable that's going to continue to be, and their defense just hasn't shown me much. They can't stop much. So,
The Saints are looking
Who
really
can't?
good.
They're
the
really
Eagles, their defense hasn't been.
I got you.
So you have a statistic which everybody's heard all week on ESPN. The Saints have gone 15 for 15 scoring drives.
Yep.
Every single drive they scored some
And that's
points.
going to stop next week.
It could, but the Eagles are going to have to change some sort of scheme because their defense didn't look that good last night.
Right.
Well. I
I
saw
agree.
Especially in their secondary, they're committing.
But I'm going to go with the Eagles.
Next one.
But you're a Cowboys fan.
I'll go
Right.
first. I'll go Pittsburgh.
See, and I know
I'm
George and I
showing a
were
little
just
bit of
talking
knowledge
about
in
this.
here.
I'm torn with this game too.
Justin Fields had a good game. This might be a game where Russell Wilson comes back and makes his first start. It's not 100% confirmed. I'm Chargers, though, on the road on this one. I think J.K. Dobbins has looked electric.
My original is Chargers too, but
Well, I'm sticking
know.
with my fantasy team, and I'm going to back up my defense and go with the Steelers.
Go with
Yeah.
the Steelers on defense. Gotcha.
And I think this is the game to watch for me.
yeah.
I'm going to go with the Steelers.
We did this last week, where we did games to watch.
Okay.
How did we do last week? What were the games that we
That's
picked?
true.
I forgot. We need to talk about that.
In my personal opinion, I don't think anybody got it right, but that's debatable, right? Bills at Dolphins wasn't that great. Tua went out, and it wasn't really even that close. Paul, we didn't have a chance to ask you, so we just put you down for the Saints at Cowboys. That was a blowout. Was
Yep.
very interesting.
Well, I watched.
Oh, I watched it.
Painful, but I watched.
This is our game of the week prediction. What's going to be the game of the week?
Who's KG? My KG?
Konrad and George.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's right. That's
I
right,
don't
that's
know.
right.
Let me see here.
Y'all
Game
said
of the
Bills
week.
at Dolphins.
This week, game of the week.
Well,
Hilton
when we get to the end.
I'm looking.
Oh, okay.
I put some stuff together. We have the Colts at the Packers is what Hilton's prediction was. It wasn't a bad game. I don't know. It was a very low-scoring game, though. I don't know if I'd call it the game of the week. And I predicted the Rams at the Cardinals. It was a pretty dominant game by the Cardinals. It really wasn't that
I
close.
have been blown away by the Cardinals.
I put
so far.
asterisks next to the Raiders at Ravens. The Raiders came back and won.
Yep.
They were, I believe, down 10 points in the fourth quarter. Came back and won that game. The Buccaneers at Lions was a shootout at the end. That was a really good game.
I like
Put a
that
double
one.
asterisk. 49ers Vikings was good just because it was an upset and it was still pretty close. Seahawks and Patriots was a close game. Seahawks got the win. And then also that Bengals Chiefs game, 1 point difference. And a lot of people say the Chiefs got bailed out by the refs.
Yep.
That was a pretty good game to
I
watch.
completely agree with that.
Those were my kind of asterisk points. Some other ones, they're okay. What would you say was the game of the week?
Last week?
Yeah.
And definitely the Chiefs game was a game to watch. I really liked last night's game, to be honest. I liked Atlanta and the Eagles, man. That was a good game to watch last night.
Yeah.
It was close the whole game. There was 6 or 7 different lead change in the game. So it was just a good game to watch. And it went down to the last 10 seconds of the game.
Yeah.
So to me, that was a great game.
You see, I don't like that because Chiefs are going to do the same thing they always do.
But I got two games I think are games of the week this coming week.
Yeah.
What's Chargers and Steelers, Konrad and George?
Sorry.
I'm going to go with the Chargers. Put you in the spot. Put you in a spot.
I go with the Steelers.
Yeah.
Steel curtain.
I think the Steel curtain will prevail on that.
Broncos.
I'm having a second thoughts on the Patriots.
It's too late. Broncos at Buccaneers. We can circle back. We'll never
Buccaneers.
This might be a sweep.
Hey, Buccaneers, please.
Same.
No, they look too good, and they're at home. The Broncos, Bo Nix needs more time.
He needs more time.
Everybody on Buck?
First sweep?
Second sweep.
Let's go Mike Evans.
I got Chris Godwin.
I'm just saying that because he's naked.
You can see it in the eyes.
Well, I have Chris Godwin on fantasy. Packers at the Titans.
Titans.
Could happen. Malik Willis looked good, but who knows if it's a fluke.
I'm gonna go Packers.
Same here, Packers.
Where is that on here?
It's down. Yeah, the second one over here.
You're going
Peter Piper.
Yeah, Green Bay.
Packers. Okay. Sorry, I put that on. You said Titans, George,
yes.
right? I'm also going to take the Packers.
Same here.
So I avoided. I'll avoid this week.
One interesting thing on the Packers, there was a 3rd and 7. Malik Willis ran the ball and got nowhere. The coach goes, "What the hell are you doing? You're supposed to throw the ball."
Oh, yeah, I heard that.
And he goes, "I didn't want to throw it because the center threw up on the ball."
They showed a clip of it right before he... Honestly impressive. He threw up and snapped it almost simultaneously. He threw up on the ball and snapped it.
Wow.
And the guy...
He would be slippery. He wouldn't be able to do
He caught it and he started running. Yeah.
He's like, "I don't know what to do with this."
LaFleur was like, "That's the first time I've ever heard that."
Yeah.
Wow.
The center threw up on the ball. Panthers at Raiders. I'm going to take the Raiders. I'm assuming you are too.
I don't think anybody would pick the Panthers on this one.
Notable thing about the Panthers, though, Bryce Young was benched. The Red Rocket is making his season debut.
Yes,
Carson Wentz. He is a vet.
That old bastard.
You got Adam Thielen over there, also a vet. A lot of people are saying this could be the week where they win. Okay. And Bryce Young is going to lose his position for the remainder of the year, more than likely.
We'll see what happens.
Either way, I think I'm going with the Raiders. We have the Dolphins at the Seahawks. If this was led by Tua, I'm sorry, I would have picked the Dolphins, but
where are we at?
Dolphins at Seahawks.
Yeah, put it out. Yeah, I agree.
I would have picked the Dolphins over the Seahawks, but now I'm going to take the Seahawks.
Seahawks are playing way too good defense.
Let me tell you, I'm gonna put that on the screen.
Seahawks.
And
no, George.
Birds.
Seahawks.
You?
He picked him last week too.
You did.
Ball learned his lesson from week 1.
No,
you did.
I had a gamble on week 1. I told you that.
Yeah. It's all right.
You took it personally. We have the Detroit Lions at the Arizona Cardinals.
I want to step out on this one first and go with my Lions.
That's me too.
I'm a Lion.
You're going Lions?
Yeah.
I'm
I
gonna
think
take.
though Dan Campbell's going to dive a little defense and shut down that midget quarterback.
Right. I'm gonna take the
Cardinals
Birds.
last year.
He
Well,
played
like
a completely different team.
He played a
Last-
perfect game on Sunday and all
And
this.
it's- It's completely different. They are 1-1.
Detroit's got a good little defense.
Yeah.
And I don't see that happening this week.
Ravens at Cowboys.
Do I even need to answer?
I would take
Wait,
the
did
Ravens.
you put me down for the Cardinals?
Oh, I thought you were going like the
No,
Red
that
Birds.
was George. I'll go with the
Okay.
Lions. Yeah.
Cool. I'm gonna take the Birds.
You're gonna
Excuse me,
take the
what?
Birds?
Yeah.
Lions and Cardinals, he took the Birds.
No, you're the only one taking the. Oh,
The Cardinals.
Not the
Not the-
Cowboys, because you
not
said
the
the
Ravens,
Ravens
actually.
and
Yeah.
Cowboys.
I'll take the Ravens.
Hold on. I had
No, honestly, after last week, I was kind of debating it, but it's back at home, and the Ravens keep finding ways to lose games,
Yes.
and I think this will be a close game. We might win by 3 or less, but I think we win. I'm going to take the Cowboys.
I'm gonna do the Boys.
Wow.
The what?
Boys.
The boys?
The boys. The boys. The boys. The
Oh,
boys.
yes.
Birds, Cowboys.
You thought I was gonna say the birds, but I said the boys.
I'm going to go Cowboys. Paul said it.
Okay, this is going to be an interesting game to me.
Oh, this is.
Both of these teams are injured. Got a lot of people down for the Rams.
I got the 49ers, man. They have to win.
49ers.
They have to win, man.
I think I have the Niners here too, just because I think Brock Purdy had a bad game last week and he's going to find a way. You still got George Kittle.
Ayuk.
You still have Brandon Ayuk. And if they can make the scheme work for that, was it Fred Mason?
George Mason. Yeah, George.
Something Mason. That he.
Ayuk is the wide receiver that just closed the deal with.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
Debo
okay.
Samuel's is out and Christian McCaffrey is out. For the Rams, Puka Nacua is out. Cooper Kupp is out.
Running back, I think got hurt also.
Yes.
They're banged up.
The offensive line is all messed
So
up.
I'm gonna go. This was a tough one for me, but I'm gonna take the Niners on the road. George
Yes.
said Niners.
Yes. That's no.
Yeah, 49ers.
Paul?
This one was like one that I had listed like an asterisk at the
I
end of the week.
just cannot do it, so let's go Rams. And part of that's my Cowboys. I can't pull for the Niners, but number two,
I'm
I
not
just
pulling for
think
them.
that with both teams having banged up players, I'm putting the Rams on the slight edge of a home field advantage, and they win by 3.
Okay. Now, I'm not pulling for them by any means. I just think
No, I know you're just playing the game,
I think
I
they have a
got it.
better defense too.
but I think I'm going to get off that 56% and go to about 57.
Who we need,
with
Konrad?
my-
Like
I said 49ers.
Okay, who's now missing?
Conrad.
Okay.
Chiefs
Sweep.
at Falcons should be.
Yeah. You said
Sweep
this
for
week-
Chiefs.
Chiefs.
Yeah.
Oh, that's Chiefs all
Chiefs.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Jaguars at Bills.
I'm gonna have to neglect my
Bills.
Jaguars and go with the Bills.
I'm also going to go with the Bills.
Bills.
I'm not discounting the Jaguars, though. I think they kind of have a salty taste in their mouth after the first 2 games. They've shown some ability to score. Evan Ingram's been out. I don't think they're a bad ball
I still
club.
got to ride the Bills on this one.
Yeah.
That's where
At
I'm
home.
at. They're not a bad team, but Bills at home. Dildos are going to go flying across the field. Monday night game. You got the Manders and the Bengals home game. This probably would be a sweep.
If you put it, just scroll up a little bit. I think that will, it's not showing the screen right now. Yeah. We have the Commanders at the Bengals.
Yeah. Bengals. Huh?
I'm gonna go Commanders.
I like your tenacity. Anybody else going to take? I mean,
Bengals.
honestly, it's the NFL. It's 100% possible. It's not that it's not.
Bengals. For Konrad.
George said Bengals. Oh, Monday night game.
Yeah, it's a Monday night game.
Prime time in Cincinnati.
Let's go Bengals.
And you picked up that tight end?
I did.
You got to root for him. And this has been Battle of the Logos, brought to you by
How many
Force.
Well,
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 out of 16.
I'm having second thoughts on the Jets.
It's about to be 8 because he's going to waiver.
And I think your 2 top games of the
Go back
week,
up in
yeah, we
here.
got to go games of the week.
in my
We're going
opinion,
back.
on the games of the week,
Yes.
of course, Cowboys Ravens. I think it'll be a tight, close
Yeah,
game.
I'll go Jets. I don't really know.
I'll go with that one too.
I think the Cowboy Raven will be a really good game. It's going to be a
One I'm
tight
gonna
game.
watch. Yeah.
And I think another good game.
Move
is
that one
gonna
over,
be,
Bill. Let's.
Vikings and Texans.
That might not be a bad game, but I think another good game we're going to see is the Cardinals Lions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's right.
My game of the week is gonna be Eagles and Saints. You have a second game? Well, we always do Cowboys, but
I went with the Lions and the Cardinals. I think that's going to be a good game.
apparently the
Because the
Cardinals.
Cardinals, I mean, as much as I hate to say it, the Cardinals are good.
no,
They got
Cardinals,
good
the Angry
quarterback.
Birds. It's the Angry
The
Birds.
Angry Birds. They're
Ravens
good.
and-
But Dan Campbell and his defense,
Ravens
man,
and
they're
Cowboys
just a
for
tough
me.
team to play.
Dylan.
So what is Konrad thinking? And what are you thinking, Dylan?
Process.
I think the Bills is going to be a good game also.
It's true. Yeah.
That should be the Sunday night game, too.
Viking and Texans is interesting.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Can I do
That's an
H2
interesting
and
one.
then do the Bills and the Jaguars?
I'm going to go
G2. Yeah. BG.
G. I agree it's going to be a good game. I don't know.
Put
how
it for me
good-
there in your D for G2.
What's your
G2, yeah.
game of the week, Konrad?
You can choose
Great
two.
question. Great question.
We're all taking 2 now.
I'll do 8-2 for the line 55, which is the Beatles.
So just so you know, my 2 picks were, of course, the Cowboys Ravens, who I think it's going to be a good game.
Yeah,
And then I went Detroit and Arizona.
I'm going to go Detroit, Arizona.
I think that's going to be a great game.
That's Konrad.
I think
You have a
Dolphins and
Yeah.
Seahawks also
Got a
could be
K2,
a
you got a
good
second
game.
I think the Seahawks are going to run away from the Dolphins. I don't think it's going to be that close. You know what? I'm going to go on a wild limb here and say
Bears, Colts.
No, Panthers Raiders.
Okay. Could be a good game.
Right.
I just feel I have a weird feeling. I know you brought it up. I think maybe Panthers pull out some magic. The Raiders.
Keep it close and
The Raiders are going into it like, they can't do anything, and it ends up being a
But-
close game.
What consists exactly in the game of the week? Because it could be like a
Well, everybody's
blowout,
gonna have
super
their diff-
blowout. It's considered a good game.
No.
No,
78,
it's a
10.
challenging game. Like, you
Okay,
know, high
right, so just
score.
It could be low.
Let's say a 20-21, it's a good. It's a
The-
high
the-
score and
The score doesn't matter to me. To me, a good game is using all 60 minutes of the game to the final winner. So,
Right.
I mean, going down to where you've got, just like last night's game, man.
Yeah.
Atlanta had to go 75 yards or 65 yards, whatever it was, for 58 seconds and no timeouts to score a touchdown.
Something that holds
To
your
win the
attention
game.
to the end.
But that's
And-
another reason why I think the Chiefs won and Bengals, even though it didn't end the
That
right
was a great game.
It was a
Whether
great
you
game.
like or don't like the decision, that was still a great game.
Yes.
It comes down to the wire.
Yeah.
That's why-
And,
but
and
I like.
I know everyone said, "Hey, the refs bought that game for the Chiefs." Well,
No, that was a DPI.
I can back up and say the refs bought the game for freaking Derek Carr and beat the Cowboys because they didn't have a lot of calls in that game too.
There was an obvious face mask on
Obvious
Z.
face mask.
There's a lot
They
of
did
stuff.
a reach around interference on us, and they did it to us and didn't get called. There's different
Cool.
stuff.
But pull it over.
bring the screen back so I can.
So
see
if
the
you
camera.
were to go like on the NFL app or NFL.com and watch any of the highlights from last week, watch like those particular games that
Yes.
we're talking
They were
about,
good
just to
games.
kind of catch up.
Exactly. Yeah, that's
And-
It's just good games, close games.
All these ones up
like
at
I
Asterix
said on
I thought
last
were
night's
good.
game, there was 6 or 7 different lead
we
changes.
didn't get any.
To me, that's a good
We
game.
didn't get
to
any,
where,
right?
You know, it's
Last
10 to
week.
7.
No.
Now it's 14 to 10. Now it's 14-13. Now
No,
it's
I mean,
16-14.
honestly,
now it's
I think the
17-16.
Jags are gonna
Right, yeah.
put up a fight.
Tight game.
You could argue that the Colts
And it
Packers
don't
was a
take
good
but
game because
one-
it was close.
It don't take but one play for a pick
Bills
six or a
Dolphins
fumble
wasn't.
to
Rams
change it up.
Cardinals
That's just a
wasn't.
good
None of
game.
those games were that
We were here
close.
watching
Yours was the
Cowboys and
closest, but it
Ravens.
still wasn't.
And we are watching. We were checking our scores in the fantasy. 'Cause we should talk about the fantasy too.
No, we shouldn't.
We shouldn't. Oh no! Why not? The fantasy. How was it?
Not bad. I think the only asterisk on fantasy too is like when you're, especially for two new guys that have never played before, there's gonna be highs and there's gonna be lows throughout the whole season. But through week 2, sometimes it's really easy to think that your team sucks or your team's really
Exactly.
good. Same with these other teams. There's not enough there, and your same guys that scored 40 points last week could go throw 9 out next week, or they get injured, which.
My case.
We never hope for anybody getting injured. I think that's weak.
You don't want nobody hurt.
No, you want the best way to win is if somebody else puts up 150, you put up 151. You know, we both played the best,
Good
but I
game.
came out on top.
Yeah.
So I think some people.
The
I've
toughest
seen some teams
competition so
online
far
right now.
has been Dylan's
Yeah,
on the fantasy.
I saw someone today where every single person that he drafted is injured. It's like doubtful and out. Like
Who?
it's starting just
Oh,
like
some
on
other guy.
Facebook or
Right,
Twitter or
yeah.
something, and he scored low points. And every single person ended up out.
Yeah.
Started Tua, started like Joe Mixon, Isaiah Pacheco. Every single person, like going into
Sounds
next
like
week,
me.
you got to dump all these guys
Go
and pick
four.
up new. And if you're in a big, league, the available guys for you to pick up after dumping these guys isn't really anybody good. So it really tanks your season. For a 6-man league, there's options, but it's definitely a gut punch. It doesn't feel good.
Well, and that's it. Is
Who's leading us right now, Andre?
I don't know. Yes, Andre.
Yeah, Andre is leading us right now.
Based off points, 188.7 total.
Where are you at? Where we at? This y'all's leader.
Third. I changed my name to I Beat PK.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I don't know why you picked that original name.
Long season, but you're in third with that number 16. Remember that number 6.
No, it was.
What did I tell you earlier?
No,
What's
George
it?
was 6. I was.
No,
I was
you were
5.
the
I was
6.
6.
No, there was a correct. I'll tell you right now. Actually,
You were 6.
I based it off an email. But if we go with where everybody started, I beat PK was 5th.
5th. Yeah.
George was
I wasn't
5th.
6.
I thought it was 6th. I read it wrong.
Yeah, George
I read
was
it
6.
Okay, so the 5th best team.
I started 3rd. I've dropped to 5th as of right now.
Andre started 4th.
But what's it
and
all
he's at
hinged on? What did I
first.
tell you? What's the one thing you want with your team?
What was that? Say that again?
Defense and a kicker.
What's the one thing that your team needs to do? Stay healthy.
Yeah. And yeah, I only have one questionable person, you know.
Because
player.
sometimes if you got the
Week
worst
2.
player, he's better than the guy on
Yeah,
bench.
yeah, you told me that.
So
like,
we
you
had
know.
fun we had fun here.
Yeah, it was great on
Because
Sunday.
as many games were happening at the same time, and we were just checking
And we were watching
the
Dallas playing.
percentages of chances
I'd
to
recommend
win.
you guys, if y'all are here on a Sunday doing the Bata the Aircast, pull up Stream East and go to the NFL Red Zone, and it's going to take you from every game when everybody's scoring. It'll take you all over the place. You never need to change the channel. It'll show you all the live games all day, no commercial breaks, and that's what I'd recommend you do.
Okay.
So one last thing, how did you like it?
I love this guy.
Cigar was good.
Thank you, Donnie.
And it finished
And
exactly.
George, of course, for
I'm going down to the nub in
Cigar
here.
was good.
Yeah, I'm going down to the nub.
Cool.
The Buffalo Trace was good.
You a fan? I like Buffalo Trace.
Oh, it's a staple in my bar. Love it.
Well, on that note,
One of
Let's
these
get the
days
heck
we're gonna have
outta
to
here.
Trade a bottle.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for another great episode of joining with us, puffing, drinking, and talking. Don't forget to like, subscribe.
Subscribe, like, let us know
Share
about
with your-
ashtrays and gifts we can get for you.
comment, share.
Share with your friends. Let them know.
Merch store will be put up soon, and we got some gifts for some people out there.
We'll get some gifts going.
Maybe we'll do a little raffle.
Let's go
or
Cowboys.
something. Yes, sir. How about them Longhorns?
Let's go Cowboys. How about them Aggies?
How about
Giggle,
them
baby,
Longhorns?
let's go.
If I do that,
It's gonna win over the Gators.
if I do that, I mean,
Hey,
I'm being.
there's a win.
If I do that,
It is a win.
There's a win.
About that Michigan game, they're not a good team though.
No,
Hold on. If I do that, am I being too political?
That's like peace, love, and prosper.
and I'll throw out Stones Escapes again.
Shout out Stones Escapes.
I'm doing
Escapes.com,
Longhorn and
look me up.
Aggies. I'm doing Longhorns and Aggies. You know what I mean?
No, sir. It goes like this. It goes like this, and then it goes like there you go. There we go.
But then I'm not being political.
You're just fine in Texas, my man.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
It was a pleasure having you all here.
I'll say it one time. Congrats to Texas being #1. Now the bullet's on your back.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Number one.
We're gonna whip George's ass.